I went for lunch with mixed feelings, with a sense of accomplishment and with a realization of time wasted. The canteen was crowded. I wouldn't say unnoticed. Olga called me. "Semyon, come with us." The camp leader Slavia and Electronic were sitting at a 4-seat table. I nodded and went to get my food. This time I had to spend several minutes on the crew. Today's menu didn't really differ from the other day's menu. The dishes looked the same at least. When I sat at the table, I wished bon appetit to everyone. Olga said, "So, what are you thinking?" "About what?" "We searched for Shurik all around. It's noon and he's nowhere to be found." I took a note of the rhyme, but didn't want to point it out. "We looked all over the camp. I went all around the neighbor's forest." Olga looked at me, and I helped too. "We must call the police." "Maybe we should wait until the evening," I asked lazily. "Maybe he went home." "That can't be. Shurik lives thousands of miles away." "By train?" "The nearest station," she paused, "is far off." Now it was getting interesting. Every time the conversation reached a point concerning ways I should leave Sovyanok, all the camp inhabitants started changing the subject. "How far is far?" "Really far." The camp leader looked at me, indicating with her expression that asking more questions was not advised. "So we should go deeper into the forest. Maybe he's got lost." "Shurik always takes a compass," chimed in Electronic. "And what else could be found in his magic vest, assuming he has one? If I were to get lost in the forest, a compass would be of no real use." "Police! We should call the police in the evening." "Not right now, at least." "Okay, so you do it later." They were all silent. "We should be able to find him before evening. We still have time." "If he actually got lost, we have no time to lose." "We cannot be sure." "Then where is he? Where?" There was some truth to the camp leader's words. Hiding the whole day is just like that. Hitting the whole day just like that is suspicious. Why will he do that? Shurik seemed to me to be quite a serious pioneer. Ulyana would have been a better fit for this behavior. So there's good reason to believe that he was gone. All that can be done has really been done. We'll just have to wait. Slavia, Electronic and Olga looked at me sorrowfully, but didn't say a word. I finished my lunch, took the tray back and left the canteen. It's still the first half of the day. What now? The camp was drifting off for an afternoon nap. Only Chandler stared at me through his glasses. Of course he was staring somewhere else, but I had a feeling that he was constantly watching me. I bet he knows where Shurik is hiding. He just can't say anything. The disappearance of the cybernetic club's leader made me think. Maybe it's got something to do with my case? Oh, Pioneer. The nurse stood in front of me. I looked at her curiously. Go and take my place in the infirmary. I have an urgent call. Somebody's injured. Me? Yes, you. Take the keys. The nurse threw me the keys and ran away. Why me? Is there anyone else in this camp? What exactly should I be doing? What if something happens? Oh, what I do now? I missed a chance to refuse. I stood in front of the door uncertainly. On the one hand, there's nothing to worry about. I spent half an hour or so here and she'll be back. But what if someone comes for actual help? With a broken leg or a head injury? I began to worry too much. I hope that there are no injuries more serious than bruises and scratches in this camp. But at the same time, I could not shake the idea that in a serious situation, I would be absolutely useless. I don't even know how to perform CPR. A magazine on the nurse table caught my attention. A good way to relax, I guess. This is labeled Soviet fashion. The publication date on one for absent. However, this was not a surprise. There were much stranger things happening here. I didn't know how much about Soviet magazines. Maybe they actually didn't have publication dates on them. Models dressed in old-fashioned clothes stared at me from the glossy pages. Nowadays, nobody would wear such clothes, I smirked. I wonder if Slavia, for example, considered this fashionable. I can only imagine what would happen if she appeared in my time wearing something like this. Imagine we are walking hand in hand. I'm wearing my coat with the hood, and she's dressed in a lavish dress covered with lace and things. Seems like I'm already imagining Slavia in my world. With me. And not only Slavia. This dress better suits Oliana. This cute Seraphim would look good on Alyssa. The skirt and cardigan would look nice on Lena. If only they could be real. Now I saw them, heard them, could even touch them. But still they are here, and I simply don't belong in this place. It's alien to me. So wie dieses Ding. I'm just waiting for a chance to get out of here. Waiting because nothing is up to me anymore. I sighed, put my head on the table and fell asleep. Wie kann der einfach so pennen überall? Der pennte heute schon zweimal. Einmal am Strand und jetzt hier? Junge, Junge. I was awoken by the noise of door opening. Lena stood at the door. The nurse isn't here? Then I come back later. I'm substituting for her. Since I'm responsible for Pioneer's lives, I shall do it with full responsibility. Although in fact I was just afraid of something bad happened because of me. Any health complaints? I tried to give Lena the most professional smile I could in order not to confuse her. Nothing special. Just a little headache. Let's do this. Some painkillers maybe. Of course I wasn't aware where to find required medicines, so it took me a while to find them. Finally, I had to do metamizole tablet to Lena. Thanks, she smiled. That was completely unexpected, and I lost touch with reality, staring at her. What? Lena turned awkward in an instant. Listen, I've been wondering, do you like this? I don't know what got into me, but I grabbed that magazine from the table and showed her that picture of a skirt and cardigan, which would really suit Lena in my opinion. Maybe I went completely nuts, thinking about all the girls being in my world. Or maybe I wanted to distract myself instead of just waiting for the nurse to come back. Lena looked at the picture. Yes, I guess. Is stuff like this in fashion? I guess. She got confused and started blushing. Why do you ask? Really, why? Das wäre ihre Route. Ist ja klar, weil... Oh, I think it's just too gorgeous on it. Und just asking. Das ist dann so... Sorry, du bist diese Route leider nicht mein Girl. Du bekommst heute kein Foto von mir. Aber keine Sorge, ich nehme dich auch noch ran. We were quiet for some time. How's the headache? Much better, thank you. She smiled. I'll be off. Good luck. Lena went out and I continued to look through the magazine. Ich will es auch sehen. After a while somebody knocked at the door again. Seems like the infirmary is the most popular place to go. Suddenly I decided to roleplay a nurse. Just male version. And said, "Come in." Oh man. The door opened and Oliana entered the room. Wow, did I miss the moment when you decided to start knocking? Anything wrong with me knocking? She frowned. Where does it hurt? Why on earth would I tell you? Ich glaub, sie hat Schmerzen in der Muschi. Where's the nurse? Right in front of you. I impulsively crossed my legs and looked questioningly at her. I'd better go. I would be better to die than be treated by you. She smiled mischievously. Penis. He didn't even let me try. Oliana thought for a moment. You could give me some you could give me some pills. What's bothering you? It took her some time to reply. A heavy stomach. Sure it's not an empty head? I muttered under my breath. What did you say? Nothing, give me a second. I found the pills in the first drawer I opened. Thank you, doctor. She smiled cheerfully. Watching Oliana, I could not imagine how such an optimistic and active child could have any health problems. Shit. Overdose of stolen candies, right? Got food poisoning from the canteen. Scheiße, ich wüsste jetzt nicht, was auf ihre Route schließen könnte. Ich nehme das zweite. Considering the local cuisine, it's not that surprising. Maybe. She smirked. I see you're still alive and kicking. Well, I'm not complaining. Bye. Oliana ran out of the infirmary, slamming the door. Again, I went back to studying Soviet fashion trends. Time passed, but the nurse was still absent. I wasn't searching for Shurik, wasn't looking for any clues concerning my situation. I was just sitting and flipping through a magazine. Dude, da ist ein fucking Telefon und ein Computer. Ah. Ja. Boy. Ruf eine Auskunft an, frag welches Datum es ist. Das ist ein fucking Kalender, dude. Ah. Dieser Typ. Just for a moment, I felt quite satisfied with the situation. So far, everything that has happened here could be seen as just a trip to a summer camp, and if nothing changes anytime soon, then I can't start worrying. Again, somebody knocked on the door. Did I miss the outbreak of an epidemic? Ooh. Slavia was standing at the doorway. Oh, hi, is the nurse here? No. Hi, no, she's not here. I'm taking over for today. Great. Ja, bitte ziehen Sie sich doch mal aus. I would like... She hesitated. What? By the way, Semyon... Slavia said and looked intently at me. What? It seemed like I lost my keys. Have you seen them anywhere? Sure I have. Yes, here. I found them near the canteen yesterday. I wanted to return them to you, but forgot about it. I was really bad at lying. My cheeks were red, my eyes were wandering around, and hands were constantly shaking. Here. I was already preparing myself for an appropriate scolding, but Slavia only took the keys and said, Thanks. So, what have you come for? I really needed to change the subject. Does anything hurt? No, it's nothing. Strange. I wouldn't even think that such an open person as Slavia would keep something quiet. If there's something bothering you, tell me. That's why I'm here, to treat people. I smiled widely. No, I mean yes, but no. Hearing that made anything possible, even division by 0. Seht ihre Tage. So, how can I help you? You? I guess you can't. She smiled and was going to leave, but suddenly stopped. However, could you step out for a minute? Why not? Okay. I stepped out of the infirmary and leaned against the wall. I wonder much what might she be doing, something that I can't even see? After a minute the door opened and Slavia came out. She was carrying a small bundle. Ja, Dude, ich weiß es nicht. Ich bin schon interessiert, meine Neugier ist erwacht. Scheiß drauf, wir fragen jetzt. What is it? Nothing. She blushed. Thank you. You're welcome. Slowly I ran away. Seems like I shouldn't have asked. I looked at the time. It was getting late. I'd read the magazine backwards and forwards, but the nurse still wasn't here. Jetzt ist meine Chance, boy! Suddenly the door burst open and Alyssa rushed inside. She looked at me piercingly. What are you doing here? Sitting? I admitted honestly. Oh. Okay then, it's even better without the nurse, she murmured. Are you sick? I asked acidly. Alyssa didn't answer and came closer to me. Move over. Why? So I can open the drawer, isn't it obvious? What for? She got angry. None of your business. Well, I'm kinda in charge here. She gave it a moment's thought. Then give me some activated carbon. Stomach ache? Yeah. She grinned sharply. I got the feeling there was something wrong here. Vermutlich gibt's hier so selber. Ach, scheißegal, wir geben es ihr. But you never know. What if she really has an egg? Okay. I reached into the drawer and got out a packet of activated carbon. Thanks. She wrested it from my hand and ran away. It was 15 minutes till dinner and the nurse still wasn't back. I guess just leaving the place like this won't do. She asked me to do after if she asked me to look after it after all. And who knows what might happen if I leave. Though who would want to steal anything from here? Except for Alyssa stealing activated carbon. I opened the magazine again and began flipping through it for the 9th time. The fashions of the 80s weren't that fun anymore. Yawning got me several times. It was already 6 o'clock, so dinner has already started. Of course I had to be on the watch till the end, but my stomach seemed to have its own opinion on the matter. I stood up and steadily headed to the exit. A rustling sound came from behind the door. Could it be someone else who got poisoned, broke the arm, or something even worse? I sighed heavily and pulled the doorknob. However, there was no one out there. Es ist der Neko-Charakter. Bestimmt, darauf wette ich. Seems it was just my imagination. I returned inside and instantly noticed that something had changed in the infirmary. To be precise, an apple had appeared on the table. The apple. But where from? Fruits can just materialize from the air by themselves, can they? Though in this camp anything is possible. Chances are someone just brought it here. Maybe Lena wanted to thank me. Given that she's all shy and... But wait. How could she just slip past me like that? Lena wouldn't climb through the window after all. So there must be something else. I was suddenly overwhelmed by fear. What if the apple is poisoned? Though, why would someone complete things when I'm here totally helpless and can be killed way more easily? Or it might be the apple with Eve tasted the Garden of Eden? In that case, I certainly shall eat it. The same second of my stomach reminded me it was thereby rumbling traitorously. However, it will take time to close in for me to reach the canteen to get food. My stomach is about to eat itself. There's nothing wrong, I guess. Once again, I try to remember if this apple was here before. In the end, it must have appeared from somewhere. Maybe it got here through the window? The shutter was slightly open. So, someone must have reached in and put it there. Nothing serious, however. Das mit dem Apfel hat, glaube ich, auch mit dem Katzenmädchen zu tun. Wenn wir den essen, bekommen wir das Katzenmädchen-Ende. Ich glaube, so war das. Es hat auch was mit Miku zu tun. Ich bin mir gerade nicht so sicher. Es hat, glaube ich, was mit Miku und dem Katzenmädchen zu tun. Wir essen ihn nicht. No. Even assuming that this is a normal apple, in any case, I shouldn't eat unwashed fruits. Just like that. I found a reason for my fear and put the apple away. It was time to go for dinner. Along the way, I ran into electronic. How's it going? Did you find Shurik? No, still no sign of him. Don't worry. We'll find him. I tried to cheer him up. Too much time has passed. I'll just keep on searching. What about dinner? No, finding Shurik is more important. He muttered fruitfully. I left him at a crossroads and wished him good luck. Pioneers crowded in the doorway. I quickened my pace, trying not to be the last one in the line, at least for today. And I was lucky. In the far corner was an absolutely empty table. I took my dinner quickly and sat at the table. Tonight's dinner consisted of fruit soup and a pair of buns. This set surprised me at first, but the taste was actually nice. I concentrated on eating. Lena, let's go here. Look, free chairs. Oh, these are... No. Lena and Miku stood in front of me. Are these taken? Wondered Lena. No, take a seat. Of course I wish you were alone. Thank you. As soon as Lena said that, Senya jumped out from behind the bag. I'll sit here. There are no places left. She said, putting her tray on the table and sitting down, not even waiting for my answer. Sure, make yourself at home, I muttered sorrowfully. What? Nothing. To tell the truth, I wanted to reduce the whole company to just Lena, though neither Miku nor Senya were causing much trouble. Senya hat sich heute Morgen schon so komisch verhalten. Hat sie Shurik entführt? Except one was too talkative and the other was too arrogant. But nevertheless, they were absolutely harmless, especially comparing to some others I could name. Oh, seems like I forgot my key. Don't worry, take mine. I was surprised by Miku's short reply. Do you live together? Of course, didn't you know? Together our cabin is the rearmost. I mean, the farthest from here. I mean, the last one. I wouldn't have been surprised if somebody told me that Lena lived with Slavia. Or with Senya at worst. Even electronic. But silent and shy Lena was excessively talkative Miku as a pair. That really is a surprise. Did you find Shurik? Oh. Did you find Shurik? It's strange that Senya is disturbed by someone's problems. No. Surely he's at a village buying cigarettes. Or vodka. She snorted. Village? At that moment, the conversation got much more interesting. Got a problem with villages? Senya looked amazed. You mean there's a village nearby? I think so, she said uncertainly. I looked at Lena and Miku, but they were busy with their meals and did not pay attention to our conversation. You mean you don't know exactly? Why should I care? Senya started at her dish. But there must be something nearby. Listening. I don't know. Will you let me eat? Seems like I won't get anything from her. Though there's a chance that she really doesn't know. The remaining time was spent listening to Miku talking about some nonsense. I was just going slowly mad in silence. Obviously, the first thing I did after getting out after that was inhale a great breath of fresh air. The sun was setting. I decided to take a walk. It's highly unlikely that I will find anything more exciting to do for the rest of the evening. That way, something interesting could arise quite unexpectedly. I was approaching the square when I heard a loud bang. It seemed like something had exploded. I was paralyzed. I am in a hostile environment, not knowing the rules and laws of this place. It would be better for me to run, but at the same time I was curious. Probably I would have just kept standing there, but somebody grabbed my hand. It was Olga. Why are you standing here? Let's go and see what happened. Can't you ever manage without me? I begged her pitifully. It shouldn't be anything serious, I hope. When we came to the square, there was already a crowd of pioneers. Olga rigorously pushed through the crowd and approached this crime scene. Obviously someone had tried to blow up Gender. Oh nein, Gender! But the attackers failed. The mount was still standing upright. There was only dim ash traces on the pedestal. Well, who did this? She looked over the crowd of pioneers. Surely it wasn't done by an organized terrorist organization. These guys all came here just to look at what happened. Hat Shurik eine Bombe gebaut und wollte damit Genda töten? Oder war es vielleicht sogar Alyssa? Ich meine, Active Carbon? Ich weiß nicht, ob man daraus Bombenmaterial bauen kann, aber mal gucken. I noticed Uljana and Alyssa in the crowd, and it looked like our camp leader noticed them too. You two, come here. They approached well, verstehst du? Reluctantly. Why always me? If you think so, show me your hands, Rodchevskaya. What's wrong with them? I looked close and saw they were smeared with black. Now it's clear. What did you make a bomb with? The junior terrorist seemed to hesitate over whether or not to confess, but then blurted out proudly. Activated carbon, saltpeter and sulfur. Also war es dann wohl doch unsere Schuld. Why exactly the monument? What did this honored man ever do to you, the fighter for the rights of... Besides, he gave me activated carbon. She pointed at me with her finger. The whole square stared at me. Thoughts about the pointlessness of this act due to the small bomb size left me at that very moment. She stole it! I did nothing! Even if he gave it to you, I'm sure that Semyon would never take part in such a disgusting antisocial act. Yes, exactly. I agreed. I could hardly imagine how long she would have kept on scolding Alyssa if Electronic hadn't popped out at the very moment, shouting, I found it! I found it! Everyone turned towards him. He held a boot in his hand. Here! Electronic boastfully shook it over his head. It's Shurik's boot! Okay, calm down. Tell us in detail where you found it. In the forest. On the way to the old camp. Whispers ran among the pioneers. The old camp? The old camp? Are you sure? Absolutely. What's so special about that old camp? I joined in the conversation. It's nothing special, really, she stammered. One of Sorionok's legends tell the story of a young camp leader's ghost living there. She fell in love with a pioneer, but he rejected her, and so she killed herself. She committed harakiri with the kitchen knife. Jesus fucking Christ, hier gibt's wirklich Yandere. Next day, that boy was hit by a bus. Uljana ran out of the crowd. Bus? I refrained from asking about the route number. But science doesn't acknowledge the existence of ghosts, so we have nothing to be afraid of. Anyway, somebody should go there. Suddenly the crowd started to thin out. Olga, it's almost night. Maybe tomorrow? I turned around and saw Slava and Lena. What if at night something happens to him? No, today. Right now. By the way, where is this place? Electronic roughly described to me the directions and told me the story of the old camp. The camp leader looked at me attentively. If you think that you're the only man here. I looked around the area. Of course. Electronic was quick to flee. I still didn't want to walk in the woods alone. If you ask me, I would...